Hey YouTube. Okay, this is number four in the series on the big steel tent, the journey in 2025 to get to the point where I am today as I'm speaking to you, getting ready to go to Sean Dyer's squirrel camp up in Ohio at the end of the month of October, and getting the big steel tent into shape for that. Okay, and to be able to use it for other trips like it. In this video, we do our first test run in our new configuration, and we learned a lot. We learned about the power situation, and the next few videos after this are going to be more about the power and how I tried to solve it, and boy howdy, I think I did. Watch until the end of the series so you can see just how powerful the big steel tent is getting. Hey there, YouTube. Let me do for you a little bit of YouTube creator math. Those of you who have a channel will understand what I'm fixing to talk about. I went up last weekend to the Sam Houston National Forest to shoot some video. The purpose of the weekend was to shoot the video that's coming out on Friday on the Blanchard Draw-Tight tent as part of the History of Camping Gear series, and to do some testing and shoot some video on the evolution of the big steel tent. And for those of you who don't know, the big steel tent is my mobile video production facility that I can use to go from one point to another and shoot video along the way or shoot video at that place. Here's where the math comes in. To get to the Sam Houston National Forest from where I'm sitting, it cost me $13 in tolls. And to get back, it cost me $13 in tolls. And it's a 200-mile round trip, which means that's a full tank of gasoline. So the cost of making two videos and a couple of little shorts is $51. Now, I will probably make on both of the videos, this one that you're going to watch and the one you're hopefully going to watch on Friday, I'll probably bring in about $13, $14 each. That is YouTube creator math. All right, we're going to get into this. This video is more on the evolution of the big steel tent. I went out. The reason why I do these videos, number one, is a reminder to me of what it is I did and what I might need to do in case I forget. I'm old. That happens. And the other thing is to just, let folks know what's going on. I made a couple of little changes, and the principal challenge for any of this is electricity and internet. And that continues to be the focus, the struggle on the big steel tent. So let's take a look at where we are, and then I'll come back and tell you about the lessons learned and some of the things we're going to try to do. Okay, we're getting ready to go camping. Right now, I've got everything turned on. The camera is on, the phone is on, the Starlink is on. Right now I'm connected to the internet via the Starlink. I am at 78% on the river. We're going to drive about 90 minutes to the campsite, and we'll see where we are as far as that is concerned. How much power can I put in about 90 minutes? Okay, we had a bit of a disaster. It's my own ding-dang fault. I neglected to check the state of charge for the Delta. Now the Delta has a maintenance function that pulls somewhere around 3% of power a day, and when I started it up, it was down to 8%. Right now I've got the alternator charger. You may hear the engine going. The truck is running, and that is charging the Delta. I've shut down the computer, so there's no juice being drawn, and we'll see how far up we can get the Delta before dark. We should still be able to film out here, and I've got about 94% of power in the river, which I might unplug and run the computer from, although the computer draws a whole lot of juice. And what I'm trying to say is I may not be able to edit film out here. I might have to go home and edit. We will still shoot the history of gear video tomorrow, but I don't think we're going to upload anything over the weekend. Well, seeing as how I can't do anything out here except shoot video, because I screwed up my power situation. Lesson learned. That's why we do these test runs. You have probably, I'll show you some of the stuff in the big steel tent right now, some of the changes. You've probably already seen my little cupboard here. This right here, we'll get some good shots of it later. This is what I call my authentic cupboard. Everything that's in here is in authentic period packaging. And this one over here is a cupboard where I've got snacks and meat for the weekend. Now, I had planned on staying out here until Sunday morning, but it looks like I'm going to have to bug out of here tomorrow afternoon because I screwed up my electricity. And then over here, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it. This is something I picked up yesterday at Hobby Lobby, and we'll get a little close-up of it. But it's a vertical shelf, and I believe it's going to work well. I'm going to go ahead and put another shelf in here, and it'll be where the cooking implements and the bowls will live. But I wanted to come out here and test its location to see if it worked well with everything that I'm doing out here. Okay, good morning. Last night was in the middle 50s, not too bad, a little bit nice. We're comfy, cozy. Right now it's about 8-ish. I'm camping. I don't care what time it is. It's morning. Yesterday when I was running the engine to put juice in the Delta, I got it up to 17%. It used 2% of that for its self-maintenance function last night. I've got the engine running so that I can cook breakfast. Since we're conserving electricity, I'm just having coffee. That's the one that's... I'm just going to have some coffee and oatmeal. I'm not going to cook the Egg McMuffin that I would have, because that would involve running the 2 other heat sources, which might draw the damn thing down to 0 just by eating. But boiling some water here and running the computer probably won't use all that much. Plus, we're going to be checking the internet and such. Okay, we're just going to shoot some video. We're going to shoot a video this morning, or sometime today, on the Blanchard draw-tight tent, a very significant development. That'll be in a separate video. I'm also got, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got my 120 watt solar panel plugged in. Right now it's not registering. It shows it's not pulling anything in, but that's because the sun is pretty low. We're here in the forest. I'm going to pull the vehicle up forward about 10 feet so that when I can put the solar panel into a clearer opening, more sun coming to it. Okay, so we'll see you after a while. Okay, so there you go. Okay, now where are we with the big steel tent right now? Well, first off, let me just share with you that you know, the entire idea of the big steel tent is so that I have it loaded up with everything I need to go camping and shoot a video. If I've got an idea for a video that needs to be shot in the woods, that I can just pick up the keys, stick it in the ignition, and go. Okay. The biggest tension I'm getting from that is worrying about whether or not I've got everything in the truck. I spent a good deal of time going through my mental checklist, making sure that I had all my sleeping system and enough food and all of that. And that's probably why I forgot to check the charge. So we've got that on the pre-departure checklist now, is check the status of the charge of all electrical power batteries, the power system. I think I'm worrying too much about that. I think I've got everything I need inside the truck to make sure that I can have a comfortable weekend while camping. I think the electrical situation is such that I can have a comfortable weekend camping as long as I've made sure everything is charged up and I can upload and edit video for an entire weekend. Okay. Where I am lacking is, number one, maintaining that maintenance charge on the Delta. Okay. I don't want to sit around for 2 hours waiting for the Delta to charge before I go out. Okay. I need something that will daily replace that 2% that it uses. I've got a 100 watt panel that I bought years ago that I think I will mount to the roof and plug into the Delta so that the Delta is continuously getting a charge. It won't be a great charge. It's an old panel. It's not as efficient as other panels, and it likely won't be in proper maximum orientation to the sun to get the maximum amount of sunlight. But I think it'll get enough to put in, 100 watts of electricity into the Delta so that it will remain topped off. As far as long distance trips, okay, going from point A to B to C to D, spending a couple of days shooting video at a historic site or whatever, I don't think I'm quite there yet. I could with some management, but the principal drawback there is maintaining internet contact. And the Starlink Mini does that. I mean, I can be continuously connected to the internet as long as I've got power to it. The 12-volt system is enough to get power to it. It's when the truck isn't running that I need something else. The river is not the solution because I don't think I can replace daily usage into the river. Okay. In other words, it will give me power while I'm driving, but the power that's going into it is not enough to replace the power going out. And after a day or two, I may be out of power on the river. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to replace it with a larger capacity solar charger that I have here. And I think it's going to be a good idea. I've got one that puts out 1500 watts that has a jump start capability. So if I'm ever out in the woods and my battery goes dead, I can jump start it using this power station. We'll show video once it's put in. And the other thing I've got, literally, as I was pulling out of the driveway to head out to make this video, the Amazon, UPS showed up and delivered to me a 12-volt cooler. And we're going to be testing that in the next couple of days. You know, I might have to go camping again to get that done. You know, the things I go through to do videos make me go camping again. Anyway, we're doing well on the Big Steel Tent as far as it being a mobile production facility and housing for the production crew while shooting video in the field. Okay, we're a little bit about, this far away from it being optimal for long distance travel, so that I can, head out 3 days to go from here to, a historic site and shoot video there. So there we go. There'll be more on the Big Steel Tent. I hope that you guys are enjoying this little video series. I'm enjoying doing it. Certainly enjoying going camping. So there you go. We'll see you next time once we do it. Like I said, I might have to go camping this weekend, test out that cooler. We'll see you down the trail.